I'm Tomislav, also known as Shadow, from Croatian doom metal band ELUSIVE, and these are four most inspirational albums of my life. Thank you, Metal Crypt, for having me in this wonderful series. I will start with Wasp, Headless Children. I think that this album is, no, I'm pretty sure actually, this is the very first heavy metal album I ever heard. And I mean heavy metal, like heavy metal. And it's also some kind of a soundtrack of my life because a lot of good things happened to me while listening to this album, and I can almost perfectly recreate and remember a lot of things in my life just by listening to this album. It's my favorite Wasp album, even though I like pretty much every of the first five Wasp albums. I think this is a fantastic record. Blackie's vocal performance is out of this world. The sound is great. Chris Holmes' lead guitar, the songwriting, I mean, this is premium heavy metal. Slayer, Raining Blood. If you ask me, Slayer are the kings of evil thrash metal, and up to this day, this album, yeah, it's probably still the most extreme album ever recorded. I didn't hear any argument that could dispute it, so yeah, this is the most extreme album ever recorded. I like it very much, and also I'm a huge fan of Slayer. As I said, if Wasp was the first heavy metal band I have ever heard, Slayer were actually the first metal band I ever heard. Not Raining Blood, it was their album with punk covers, Undisputed Attitude, but yeah, it kind of set the stage for everything that came later in my life. And this is insane. Pure aggression, catchy riffs, Tom Araya's evil vocal performance, sound. I mean, this is top-notch metal production, if you ask me, up to this day, and it's just evil, aggressive, and it's fucking beautiful, I have to say. And this is one of the most listened albums in my life. I like it really much. In fact, I think I'm gonna play it after I record this. Death, Sound of Perseverance. I have to say, it's really hard to pick one ultimate Death album because there is no ultimate Death album. Every Death album is great in its own way, but I picked this one because, let me put it in this way. From Scream Bloody Gore up until Symbolic, Death's evolution and Schuldener's songwriting evolution was logical, You can see it clearly how the band developed. But with the Sound of Perseverance, it's almost like it's a different band playing, even though you can still clearly hear that it's Chuck Schuldiner. This album is much more heavy metal, if you ask me, and the guitars are razor fucking sharp. Just remember the riff in Scavenger of Human Sorrow, the one with the pinched harmonic. I mean, this is insane, almost like nothing else exists in this world when this riff, this pinched harmonic is playing. Chuck's vocals are insane, I'm not sure if he's screaming or if he's doing some high-pitched, distorted heavy metal thing. It really doesn't matter, it sounds fantastic. And this album contains one of the best Death songs ever written, and I think it's probably a good idea for me to go on because I could talk about this album for hours. I like it really much. Also, it was the first Death album I ever heard. And it's up until this day, it means a lot to me. And you know, it's aggressive, it's beautiful, the sound is perfect. I mean, these guitars are insane. A benchmark for razor sharp guitar sound and riffing. And last but not least, Candlemas Live from 1990, I think. Why did I choose this one? So first of all, I don't own many Candlemas records on vinyl, but I have to be honest with you and say that I like it more when I like more how Candlemas sound live than in studio. And these songs, you know, this is like the best stuff from their first 4 albums. You know, okay, it would be great if they played Incarnation of Evil or Darkness in Paradise, then it would be complete. But I like it how they sound live. It's more aggressive, it's a little bit faster, it's more raw, and Messiah's vocals are better. He sounds better live than he sounds in studio. And I have to say, I went to Athens a few weeks ago to see them live, performing with Messiah and Mark Collin, and they played Darkness in Paradise. And this was like a dream come true for me. I really never thought I would see them with Messiah, and I really never thought I would see Candlemas performing Darkness in fucking Paradise with Messiah. So, one of the best live albums I heard, one of my favorite bands and one of my most influential bands. This is premium, monolithic, epic doom metal. Okay, so once again, thanks for inviting me. Thanks for having me. 4 most influential albums of my life: Wasp, Headless Children; Slayer, Raining Blood; Death, Sound of Perseverance; and Candlemas Live. Thank you.